Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices, and we'll be looking at the S&P. We might look at Morgan's as well, banks. We can have a look at the Dow as well. The thing here is that, as you know, we've been looking at this whole pattern here as a correction. There's a couple of different ways to look at it, but whichever way you look at it, we should be moving upwards. So we could have also have wave 3 here and wave 4 over into this little last low here, or we can have it here. But the main point is that we'll be heading higher from this point here. So this pattern in here, we've been looking at it as a bit of a triangle pattern. As I mentioned before too, it's kind of an important point here is that I never, I see markets fail at number 3. I don't see markets fail at number 4, but would see markets fail at number 5. But at least we can expect a correction up here for wave 5 of wave 3 here. And it's quite normal for the market to be sort of pulled up into this space here. So that's what we're looking for there. And also too, in a visual sense as well, we're looking at group 1 here of 24 too. So we've got 10, 20 and 30 here. So then we've got 50 and then we've got 80, and we've also got some other little numbers in here too, which is part of group 2, starting at 65. However, the more support that we can see on the 30 here, the 24-30, then the more likelihood of we're going up at this stage here. So, if worst came to worst here, then this would be the short under this little low here, because that would be the breach past that point. And of course, the long would be making a new high here, but I think we can get a better entry than that as well. So on the 1 hour chart here, if I can just expand this open a little bit, as I mentioned, it's it can count as like this here, and then we would be obviously looking at this, if I could just borrow this here, as 1 and 2 here and 3 up here. So I'll just adjust these here for the time being. There is another way to count this, and we can look at that as well, but at this stage it doesn't really make a big difference, because we would expect the market to move higher. So as I mentioned, we can have this wave 3 here, we can have that sitting here, we can also have wave 4 sitting on this one here as well. But like I said, it doesn't matter that much at this stage here. So we expect the market to move higher now through basically moving up into, or they'll expect a correction at the 50 area here, and then also within group 2 here. That would be the main sort of thing that we'd be looking at this stage. So basically we're set to go long, really, and we can just have a look at the tick chart within here at the moment. I've just got it labelled like this with the E wave here, but remember that the E wave can be over here. The thing here is wave 1, wave 2 here, and then we're looking at this as, I haven't pulled this right apart yet, but basically wave, I need to check on the cash market, but I could look at it like this here as wave 1 and A and B and a C for wave 2, up for wave 3 here, wave 4 and wave 5. I'm sure that it will fit from here into the 50, because this is where the correction will be in this space here. So really it was all about, you can just remove this, it's all really about this number here, the 24-30, the top of group 1, and bit of hindsight here, but if there was going to be an entry, then this would have been the entry above this high here, because this would have been a classic trading level entry at this point here. So in this space here, you can also expect, a corrective resistance, in this space here. So you might be able to wait for some sort of little pullback in here before entering again there, but we should be looking higher at this point. That's the main point here. And this is the banks. This is they're all pretty much the same. This is Morgan's, and we'd been looking at this in terms of from the January low here. This is a daily chart, and this is the same when the S&P 500 moved up as well. So slightly different count. Here's wave 1 and 2, and then all the way up for the third wave here, the fourth wave here. And the fourth wave here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then correction, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this strong move up here has moved up, through its previous structure here. So it's pretty much sort of looking at this here as the A, the B, and the C wave in here as being completed. So we would be looking for, as mentioned before, we'd be looking for 5 waves up, and we have to go up to the 100 there. So I'm thinking this is the first leg up here, and within that first leg, if I can just go to the intraday over here, this is JPM, so wave 3, A, B, and C for wave 4 here. And then this here is 1 and 2 and 3 here, 4 here, and then wave 5 would take us close. We're reacting to 88 here, or its profit taking number, and then wave 5 of 1 up into the 90 there, then a reaction from that point. So don't feel that you've missed anything here as such. I know we've talked about it a fair bit, but we can still wait for this wave 2 to come back into play here before looking up into wave 3 here. So if this is what the banks have got to offer, then it's obviously going to take the S&P higher as well in that regard. And we'll just have a look at the Dow, because the Dow had a bit of a different count than the S&P. Let me just find it in my long watch list here. Okay, it's called Wall Street. So this has been a different count from the S&P, as you can see here. So it's just sort of completely different, really. So using this as a wave 4 here, then wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and looking at this, moving higher through here. So once again here too, I think we talked about it sort of sitting on top of the 2100 here, but the next step along the line, 10, 20 and 30 are important, but you can see here that we've actually got quite a nice support on top of group 1 here, wherever you see it, the number 3, it's going to be a group 1 unless it's ending in the last number or something. So so 21,300 here. You would have to say that's a reasonable support here, wouldn't you? There will be a bit of resistance here, but it should push higher through here. So the next level up here is the 500 here. So that's obviously heading in the right direction as well. So we will see the S&P probably lift the DAX and the FTSE and so on and so on. They may lag a little bit, but they won't be far behind at this point. All right, just keep it pretty simple today. And also tomorrow too, there won't be a video tomorrow. I'm going to be working on the education, and the first thing I'll be working on is making a series of videos on the switch. So I feel that that's a really good strategy to make money, and it just needs to be explained properly, and that's what I'm going to attempt to do. Alrighty, cheers.